Well, howdy tubers, it's Jeff again. I came home, found this little bag in the mailbox, and then about a couple hours later, this box showed up. Let me see if I can get you a better look at that. As you can see from the label, it is made in China from the Everlast Corporation. Anyway, let me show you what I got. Throw these off to the side. Get my drink out of the way. Sorry, no Bacardi today. Just Coke. It's a little too warm. Alrighty. You got the Everlast Supercut 250. P for pilot. I know this is the cheap one. It's the MOSFET instead of the IGBT or whatever the hell that is. And $50 amps output. 10 to 50 current, input current 39 amps. I may trip my breaker. Cutting thickness 16 millimeter. Let me see. I guess that's about 5/8. I know 14 millimeter is 9/16, and 19 millimeter is 3/4. So that's somewhere in there. Front panel, back panel, power switch. All right, good instructions. At least they're mostly in English. Anyway, now that I can ignore these, looks like it's packed pretty well. No obvious damage from the oops guy. Let's see what we got in here first of all. A braided flexible hose. I'm guessing that's for the airline. Some consumables and mounting bracket for the, I'm gonna guess this is the dryer, filter dryer. Yes, it is. Oh, ain't that pretty. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a desiccant filter to stick on after that. Silica gel desiccant. Alright. Maybe I'll make my own. Nah. They're cheap enough. I can buy those disposable ones. Anywho, let's set these over there. The ground clamp. Not a bad looking one. It's got the braided cable, fairly heavy duty spring. Sort of flimsy, but let's see. Swing this around and see if it's got the same mini dins. Alright, same mini dins as my Harbor Freight TIG stick welder. Actually, it looks like almost the same clamp. Sure does. Except The TIG actually has rubber handles. This is bare, so I think I'll just leave that in the box. And here is our fine cutting torch. Threaded connector with a hollow gas. A 2-pole switch, which looks like the same switch on my same connector again on my Harbor Freight. And I'm presuming that's a ground wire. I hope you can see all this. Anyway, it don't look too terribly rotten. I see burn marks. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Probably not going to focus for you, but there's burn marks where it was tested. Little cheap push button. That looks like something off of a circuit board. But grip's not bad. It's got the little guide wire, built-in groove. So that's not looking too shabby. But being that it is from China, just like the good old Harbor Freight crap, only difference is it's a different color. Alright, nice terry strap. Throw the box out of the way, pull styrofoam off, put it down. Bright green. Grab my knife again. And turn this. Yeah, you can still see. Oh, it does say IGBT, so maybe this is the good one. I thought it was a MOSFET. Anywho, and just like my Harbor Freight TIG, no plug. I gotta get one. But luckily, Home Depot sells them all day long, so that won't be a problem. Anyway, little push button switch says manual post flow, automatic post flow. I think I'm going to leave it in automatic. Pressure gauge, 10 to 50 amps. There's the torch connector. I'm going to assume this little here. Yep, that's the ground. A switch and another ground. And on the back, air hose. That's a big fitting. It says gas inlet. And a nice big, wow, that's a pretty tight fit. Let's see if I can get it back off. Ugh. Spit's about the best lubricant for rubber that I've ever run into. Nice big ground lug, on and off. No external pressure regulator. That sort of surprises me. I guess it's internally regulated, or you gotta mount a regulator. Okay, more money to spend, but not bad. And these are there's the strap for the, oh, I guess this is a pressure regulator built on. Okay, never mind, I don't have to buy a regulator. It's a regulator and separator. Look at that, hose fittings. and clamps and a quick connect. Alright, that don't look too bad. Now let's look at the Supercut electrode. And a nozzle. Nice little crosshairs. Let me turn that a little bit. Drop those back in the box. Drop these back in the box. Only one hose. No, is there another hose clamp in there? Yes, there is. And mounting screws. Okay, good. We'll drop these back in the box for the moment. That just goes down on there like that. Mounting screws. And mounting holes. Cool. That don't look too bad. Let me grab a screwdriver and I'll go ahead and mount that right after I pull the screws out. Like most of my other videos, this is going to be somewhat disjointed and random noise while I'm figuring out what the hell I am doing here. Alright, there's the screws. There's lock washers. I mean, it's really nice of them to put everything in one bag, so you got to dig through it. But I guess that saves money for the owners. More washers so that they can pay them good sweatshop wages for all the Chinese laborers. Alright, drop those back down in there. We'll come back to those. And that is Phillips head. Alright. Let's see, we get a locky washer and a flatty washer. I think I'm going to mount it upside down so you can't see the screws. Go. Screw, locky washer, and flat washer. So far, it seems like it's going pretty good. I decided to mount it upside down so it's not blocking the fan as much. Okay, we got a plug there, inlet, space for a gauge, out. I'll have to look at the instructions, see what this funky unfinished washer is. Can you see that? Looked like it got started. It started to punch, but didn't finish it. I don't know. Maybe that's something useful. All right. So we want the quick connect on the inlet. I like that they put pipe threads, but they got a sealing ring, and I'll tighten this up before I demonstrate it. Well, that one threaded in quite well. That one just sort of did. Like I said, I got to go buy a plug for it. And speaking of plugs, I got to do something about that hole right there. And I think that's what this little brass doohickey is for. How about that? Right in there. Alright. And the other end of the hose will go on there. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. I might as well. Alrighty. Like I said, I gotta do some other stuff. Anyway, now I ordered this stuff from Amazon. And got a package deal. This thing and this package for under $600. And here is from, let's see, what did it say? Speed Shop in California. Consumables 8G55, AG60. Oh, nice broken bag. Well, let's see. There's the cup. And look at that. Looks like an exact match. Nice. So I'm going to drop the rest of these into this other one. Cup looks like a good match. So I'm going to presume everything else is a pretty good match. Now this was just thrown in my bell box, so I've got a broken cup already. These two are good. So that's 3 good cups. Four good cups and the broken one. So I've got 4 good cups and 1 broken one. Alright, now the electrode. Slightly different style. It's a little bit more domed on the tip. But it's the same length, the same thread. Looks like the same thread. Yep. Not quite as nicely machined as the genuine Everlast, but I think it'll work. So we'll go ahead and throw those in the plastic bag too, right after I compare the nozzles. Now there is a slight difference. The genuine Everlast is a little bit shinier plating, but doesn't have this nice little bevel. The threads look like they match. Slightly different size of the diameter of the tip. The replacements are slightly smaller. I guess they had to do that so they didn't get hit with patent infringement. You know, you just add a chamfer here and a shoulder there and a smaller diameter, and still has the crosshatch. So we're going to call those good. And I'll just drop that in there. I don't need to break any of them other cups. So, anywho, thank you, Post Office, and thank you, Speed Shop, for sending me a possibly broken bag. At least it was definitely weak. It says 25 pieces, so it was 5 of each. No. I don't know, I can't count. 25 divided by 3, that don't work. Anywho. Alright, so they opened it up, just stuffed them in there and shipped them. So, that's it for the moment. I had to turn off the fans because it was too loud, and as you can no doubt tell, it's a little warm here. More later.